Well, hello and hello to everybody who is not on yet. I don't know if you can hear the audio coming through my headphones. I'm gonna get all like super close and whatnot and make like that. This live stream is simply just to see how everybody is doing and to see if anybody actually joins today. Don't mind my hair. I know it's awesome. I got a coupon for the beard. And yeah, I just thought I'd come on to say hi to everybody, do a little check in. And for me, I'm at work right now. So I've been using some of the time that I have here in order to do things that are a little more productive. Now, I do mess with audio a lot. And lately, we've had some subwoofers that just aren't getting their little punch that they're supposed to. So I've been working on that today and trying to see what I can come up with. As far as, you know what, I am sober, living sober for almost 6 years in February next month, and it is great. And I wouldn't have it any other way than to what it is now. My hopes for this check-in, my hopes for this check-in was to perhaps connect with a few people that I've lost touch with. Um, Daniel's Daniel from Veterans with Anxiety, Seth has been there. Josh, I didn't really lose touch with him, but I told him that I wouldn't really talk about his story too much or him. So just that, and I hope he's feeling better. And a bunch of others. What will be, I haven't forgotten about you and your family, as well as a host of others, Dinah Armstrong or Dinah Strong, um, AK Free Your Ghost, No More Wino Daf, all the people that I've connected with. Recovery Batty from Instagram. She's an amazing person celebrating 500 days. I think it was yesterday. And I think that is absolutely outstanding. But yeah, I just want to see if anybody pops in here and I'll just keep it running, as long as my coworker is okay. As I sit here looking at the camera all intently because honestly, I forgot my glasses. So he can't see without his glasses. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been doing the TikTok thing and the Instagram and Twitter and Reddit and just covering all bases and not for my ego at all, folks. It is actually just to be able to share with people like you my experience, strength, and hope as it goes. Just trying to spread a little positive energy out into the world and hopefully be able to reach some folks who need it. Yesterday, I had, and if we get somebody in here, then I'll clear the air and not talk as much because I know that I'm riveting and just grabbing attention. So I don't want to be an attention hog. Why am I talking all like Matthew McConaughey? Like, I don't know, but it's whatever. So, so I was talking to some people yesterday on TikTok, and it was actually a really good Um, it was actually a really good event where we were discussing people who get sober versus people who live in recovery. Now, that is a big difference and a huge obstacle that people have to overcome when they are new in sobriety and when they are branching out to see what their life can be like without alcohol and without drugs. The original intent of this live stream is actually just saying hi to everybody on this Thursday because it's almost Friday and seeing how you guys are doing. But because there's nobody on here yet, and hopefully at least one person will pop in, that would be awesome. I can't really say much about much. I can say that for me, I have been struggling, you could say. I've been struggling a little bit with just frustration in general. Frustrated that the channel's not doing so good, frustrated that there are people that question motives and there are people that question, well, there's people that question everything, to be honest. And I don't know if it's the way I deliver what I put out there, or if it's just people being haterades and getting their glass of haterade full and chugging it down and then throwing a little bit of negative energy my way. I'll tell you what, I'm 46 years old almost in March, and I got no room in my life for negative energy anymore. And I just wanted to throw a shout out to Jonathan from Addiction 365, Addiction Recovery 365. He is an amazing person who is doing a documentary that I talked about a long time ago. And he got kind of sidebarred or, kind of railheaded by how his country views people getting sober. And I thought that that was a very interesting concept, is that I am blessed to be from the United States of America, where we have not a better understanding, but a knowledge that addiction is a disease and alcoholism is a disease, and we treat it as such. The stigma is still there, of course, and the stigma is still there for people who seek treatment, depending on where you come from and everything else within the United States. Even where I was when I got treatment, I was in the United States Army, and there is an underlying stigma, and I keep getting close to the camera because I want to see if somebody comes in or not. There is an underlying stigma to people who actually reach out for help. Now, when I was in my drinking prime and I was a younger soldier and I was having parties and I was, hosting events that had just the theme of alcohol, I was the man. I was accepted as somebody who just partied hard because I performed in my occupation and nobody ever questioned the better. When I was an older soldier in a capacity of an instructor, I had arrived there already in post treatment, and I was attending what was called the Army Substance Abuse Program. Well, even at that point, because of that, when I got to the place where I was instructing, there became this connotation that I was unreliable and that I was not dependable because of my alcoholism. Therefore, I was partnered up with somebody who could keep an eye on me, so to speak, as well as I was not afforded certain opportunities for the better part of 2 years because I was an alcoholic who was in treatment. Now, they won't say it. If you ever meet somebody in that capacity, they won't say that there was this stigma or there was this shelving of a leader because that leader was in treatment for addiction. But it is absolutely true. And it wasn't in a mean, condescending way, but it was in a dismissive, you have issues, so we're not going to send you here or we're not going to send you there. And we'll evaluate you to see how far you're coming along and everything else. And for me, that felt a little, I don't know, it made me a little jaded, and it made me a little apprehensive about seeking certain opportunities, because I already felt like I was going to get shut down simply because I was an alcoholic. Now, granted, if I was an active alcoholic and I was causing chaos and I was causing issues, I could see that that would be a problem. That's not to say that I wasn't drinking when I got there, because when I got there, I thought I was smarter than everybody else. And there is nobody here right now, but I'm going to keep talking. When I got there, I thought I was smarter than everybody else. And I thought that I could play the game better than the people that were around me. Well, I was completely wrong. And I'm all close to this because I want to hit a button real quick and see if I can send an invite out. I don't think I can. I cannot. So I've hit that button. I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to put you right there, just like that. All right. So when I was there, I was drinking in the beginning, and I was on naltrexone. And this goes back into the conversation we were having yesterday on TikTok about when you get sober and you stop drinking or you stop using versus when you start to live in recovery and you start to, sorry about that, and you start to grow and mature in living without alcohol and knowing that you can thrive in your life without having to have alcohol in it. So there's the big difference, and that's what I was discussing yesterday on TikTok. I was on TikTok Live. I know I'm talking kind of slow, but that's because I'm trying to gather my thoughts before I speak. What I realized in the past is when I tend to talk really fast and I get lost in my thoughts and I don't convey them the way that I really want to. I'm slowing it down to see if that will help me filter out the speed bumps in my speech and, I don't know, perhaps make it a little more advantageous for people who are watching. I keep getting all these messages, man, and none of them say that you are here. So where does that leave me? That leaves me with when I was at the place where I was instructing, I had to commit to the fact that I was an alcoholic and commit to the fact that they weren't going to do certain things for me or allow me to do certain things for where I was instructing because I was an alcoholic in treatment. That felt like shit. I'll be honest. That felt like crap. And hello to you, whoever just dropped in. I say hello to you and I wave to you. And how was your day? So what I'm talking about is simply just checking in, seeing how everybody is doing on this very wonderful Thursday. Having a nice yellow Red Bull at work. Hoping to talk to some of you guys and just see how you're doing. And I'm actually just talking about last night. I was on TikTok. And when I was on TikTok, I was on TikTok Live. And I was having a discussion about people who get sober, they stop drinking or using, and then when they get to recovery, what that difference looks like. And if you, whoever you are, want to say hi, I appreciate that. And I will definitely let you jump in here and tell me how your Thursday is going, because really that's why I decided to go live tonight. Is I have lost touch with a few folks and I just like to reach out and let some people know that I'm still here and that, you know, still doing the damn thing, the sober thing. Been living sober for about 6 years and I just want to say hi. Hello. So I will let you decide if you want to talk or not, or jump on in here. But if not, I'll continue with my story. I lost my thought because I think you left, but that's okay. I mean, that's just what it boils down to. I started this with, I'm not really happy where this channel is going. I'm not really happy that, um, and I'm not being poopy. I'm just putting it out there. I think I'm doing something wrong with this channel, and I don't know what it is. And I really need people like you to tell me what you think the problem is, because this channel exists for you. And I want to be able to cultivate it in a way that is advantageous for you guys. And the only way that I can do that is from feedback. Now, I know that once in a while I've gone off the deep end a little bit, and yeah, I kind of regurgitated a bunch of negative shit, and I'm really trying to steer away from that and make this something that is good for you, because positive vibes is what it's all about, man. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. And but back to the place where I was instructing, you know, there's a point where you know that you have to start growing in your sobriety in order to reach recovery. There's a point. And I reached my point through a substance abuse counselor. Now, granted, I had already gone to a 7-week treatment program, and I had already gone to a substance abuse program after that, in which I still drank. And it was probably for a year and a half after that. And I had to pay for that after that. But that was through that growth period of, well, yeah, I think I can drink because I was sober for 7 weeks during this program, and I did so well and everything else, blah, blah, blah. And nobody. See, I get side railed by that. I wish I didn't, but I do. Yeah, so the program was 7 weeks, and I remember when I went to see this substance abuse counselor, her name was Sheila, and Sheila sat me down, and she had gone through some paperwork and everything else. Now, before I tell the rest of that, I had been doing well in this program, and this goes with how are you doing on Thursday. I was doing well in this program, and I was modeling. I was the model patient, and or client, you could say. And I was doing all the things I had to do within that program. And I was speaking in groups, I was talking in sessions, and I was sharing my experience, strength, and hope. But the language in which I was sharing it kind of changed when I started drinking again during this program. And Sheila picked up on that. She just pulled me aside and said, "Are you okay? Everything going all right? I noticed that you started changing the way your words work, and that tells me that something is wrong with you." And I was like, "What do you mean, Sheila? You're not smarter than me." That's what I thought in my head. And she said, "Well, you know, in the beginning when you were sharing and everything else, you used to use I statements, you know, I feel this way because I do this to stay sober because, and I would like to do these things in my future to do this or that, blah, blah." But the language had shifted to, you should do this, you should do that, you should take my advice. So when she noticed that deflection of myself, she started to notice that I wasn't necessarily telling the truth anymore. So there she was, smart as a whip. And I thought I had it beat. I thought that, you know, I was the smartest guy in the room. And, you know, she had my number, and she pulled some reports, some lab reports, and she determined that I was drinking again through a test for carbohydrate deficiency levels. And she determined that I was drinking, and she pulled me into her office and she said, "Look, Wayne, I have the numbers right here." She leaned over and she said, "Tell me again you're not fucking drinking." Sorry for the F-bomb, but that's what she said. And at that moment, I was like, damn, I'm stuck. She knew, and she knew well. And, you know, she was the person that put me in the right track, in the right frame of mind, in order to start striving to recovery. And that's what I was talking about last night on TikTok Live, is that once that difference becomes the primary motivation, the fact that you stop drinking is now this small part, and the work begins because you have to start all the work that it takes in order to live in recovery. That could be if you are a person who likes to isolate, if you are a person who doesn't speak out, if you are a person who kind of cultivates themselves through negativity, all these things have to be worked on, including blaming your current status on your past. It all has to be addressed and it all has to be worked on. Yes, childhood trauma is real and it sucks. I know. If you've ever seen my video, Childhood Abducted, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't seen it, please go back through the reels of videos. It's one of the first ones. It is real, live, and in your face perspective of how it was for me when I was growing up. So childhood trauma is real. Neglect is real. Living with an alcoholic is real. All these things. But I can't blame my primary present status on the things from the past. Otherwise, I am going to be stuck there, and there's going to be no progression, and there's going to be no moving forward. It's always going to be this stagnant reason for me to drink. And if you can relate to that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you watch this later and you get this far in the video, drop a comment because somebody's going to get some of that, okay? That brings me back to, and if you do rewatch it, sorry for looking close again. I just want to see if anybody dropped in. I lost the one viewer that I had. So I got a couple things that are on my mind, and that's where this video is. I wanted to know what was on your mind, but because nobody is here, it's probably because it is, what, 13:30 on the East Coast, which is 1:30, and earlier than that, everywhere else. Poor timing, I guess. So I'm feeling frustrated, like I said in the beginning, because this channel is not doing as good as I thought it should be. Now, I can only build it and make it better if you, the people who do watch, be it the 10, be it the 5, be it the 1 person who watches, whatever it is, I just had to look at the time. I need your feedback in order to make this channel better. I need the feedback in order to grow and put the videos up that you want to see, that are helpful for you, and that will bring us that much closer through our experiences. Makes sense? Like 2 nickels, right? So I was talking to Tim on WhatsApp, and Tim was asking me why I hadn't posted any videos in a little while, and he was worried about me. So he was just wondering if I was going to post some videos. Well, Tim, I'm doing all right, man. You know, I just got, you know, I'm a little frustrated, but that's okay. That's just how life is sometimes. But guess what? I'm positive, though. I'm positive I'll be all right. I'm positive that life will drive forward because I'm sober and because I live in recovery. and I'm able to see things in a different perspective than what I had seen them before in the past. But yeah, so I didn't make any videos in a couple days because I don't know, I'm not down, I'm just a little frustrated, that's all. And I just want to make the videos that are going to be valuable for people. And like my buddy Jonathan says, don't put stuff out just to put it out. Put things out when they're ready. And I think that's awesome. He's an amazing guy. And back to him, by the way. So he lives in a country where it's a taboo in order to have addiction. It's a taboo to be an alcoholic and to be a gambling addict and drug addict and things of that nature. So the care for that is actually put to the side burner, and it is not readily available for the average person. And he brought that to light. And as a matter of fact, so his documentary was stalled because of that fact. And if you speak out against the people of his country, then you can get in some sort of trouble and some ramifications happen and everything else. And so he was real apprehensive about leaving that up. He didn't want to get in trouble. So he took his documentary down. And, you know, I think that hurt him personally, but I can't speak for him, so I won't. But I will say, I hope you're doing all right, Jonathan. On this Thursday, I hope you're doing okay, because, you know, the last time that we chatted, you know, I know you feel alone, man. I got it. And I seriously want you to know that you're not. And that's genuine, from one sober to another. See where the name came from? And, you know, when in doubt, I'm here for you. And I'm talking about, like, literally, I'm here for you. If you need me to fly out, I'll fly out. If you need to freaking scream your head off, I'm here. And that goes for anybody out there. If you need to just vent, I got your back, Jack. And that ain't crap. Rat-tat-tat-tat. For real about that. Okay, I'll stop that. That's messed up. But really, that's what this whole thing exists for. And all 0 viewers, I appreciate you. And I hope that you see, and this is why I didn't do a video today, because I have this apprehension, and it'll be better. It'll be better. Sometimes, you know, I'm human. You know, I'm not I don't lack empathy, and I don't take a lot of things to heart, but I do take to heart someone else who's suffering. And that's why I do this damn channel, is for you folks out there that feel like you are completely alone and that nobody understands what you're going through. I guarantee you 100% that I do. And so do 100,000 other people around the world. And we are here for each other. Life is a garden, folks. Dig it? Guess what? That's been Thursday. I'll see you in the next one.